Alright, so we are here at White Castle. Pretty good dinner, in my opinion. This is just a drive-through line. It starts here.
Starts here, right?
Keep in mind, this is not a start. This is just not even halfway around the building.
That's more.
And so far, it ends there.
Yeah, so it doesn't even end there. It keeps on going all the way here. Right, so that's the drive-through line, right?
And there's also around the building.
Right, so that's a lot of cars waiting to get into this drive-through.
We're having the Impossible Burger at the White Castle in Scottsdale. This is the absolute biggest White Castle in the country, and they serve alcohol, as you can see here. All right, so the Impossible Burger, the Impossible Slider, of course, is the Impossible Burger. Okay, I think there's a problem here.
What?
There's cheese on it. Why is there cheese on the Impossible Slider?
What? Let me look at mine.
I didn't order it with cheese.
Oh my gosh, there's cheese on mine too.
It's not supposed to come with cheese on it. I don't know why there's cheese on it. I didn't order it with cheese. The sliders don't have cheese on them. I don't think so, right? Anyway, I go back to without cheese. So it's good because White Castle has the onions, so it changes the taste of the burger.
Oh, okay. In the onion mix or the burger.
It's actually pretty
well,
good.
I can't wait to get my bite. Anything else you want to share?
Tim's filming, so we're not seeing him. I got the fries.
There's still a line to get in here.
Yeah, so the line to get to the register was like an hour and a half. Yeah, let me enjoy this and we'll talk about it a little bit, okay? Okay, so that was interesting. I don't know if it was worth an hour wait. Let's get back to the house and talk about nutrition.
All right, so interesting with the slider. If you order the regular slider, right? Like if you order White Castle, you order a regular slider, you get a slider with no cheese, right? Just the slider with the meat and the onions and the pickle, right? So, but if you order just the Impossible Slider, you're getting it with cheese because it comes with cheese, and we didn't know that. Also, they put lettuce and tomato on it. It's like an artisan junk food, right? Like they assume if you're getting the Impossible, and this is another reason why I always say this, that these aren't marketed to vegans, right? They're marketed to meat eaters who want to give up eating meat a few days a week. So that's where they're going with this, which is why the cheese is on it and the lettuce and the tomato, right? All right, so let's go over the nutritional information, right? So we'll do the original slider first, right? The original slider is 140 calories, right? And that's, of course, without cheese.
Yeah.
All right, so what is it if you order the Impossible Slider without cheese?
Well, it's 210.
210. So that's something to consider right there. The Impossible Slider has like a third more calories, right?
Yeah, we've laughed at other places when it's the same calories, and now we're like looking at this going, it's actually more calories, like a third more or something.
I think it's actually bigger. The Impossible Slider is bigger than their meat slider.
Okay.
So I think that's why. But yeah, so, you know, don't get the Impossible Slider to lose weight because it's not happening. All right, so on the let's go to fat now. On the original slider, the number of fat grams is 7.
Yeah.
Right? So what do we have for the Impossible Slider?
11.
11. So there's actually more fat. This isn't sounding good for the Impossible Slider, right? There's actually more fat in the Impossible Slider, right?
Yeah, even for saturated, we're at 4 versus for a original slider, 2.5.
Yeah, so I mean that's, if I was a meat eater that this was being marketed to, right? I don't know that I would run to this. All right, so let's go over cholesterol. All right, so this should be a win for the Impossible Slider, right? The original slider has 10 milligrams of cholesterol. Yeah. It's laden with I don't even know what that means, if that's a lot, but it's laden with cholesterol, right? What about the Impossible Slider?
0, of course.
0. However, right, because there's the cholesterol comes from meat. But if you get it with the cheese, right, the smoked cheddar, the way it comes, then there's the 10 grams of the cholesterol back, right? Wow. So if you get it with the cheese, there's no difference in cholesterol by not having the meat product, right? That's interesting.
All right. So my favorite is looking at the sodium count, right? This is an issue with people watching their salt intake to being bloated, right?
This is a big deal because the original slider has 380 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot for a little. Consider you're going to eat 4 of those, right? Because they come in a 4, you get the value meal type of thing.
And the Impossible is 550. 550. I mean, we're not talking even like in the 3s. No, it jumps up another 100 to 5. You know, so.
They add a little bit more salt to it to try and make it taste more like a meat burger. I don't know.
It's a third more.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so as far as carbs now, right? On the original slider, we've got 16 grams of carbs.
17 for Impossible, so really kind of even on that.
Yeah, so I think that's fine. Sugars, we've got 2 on the original slider. What do we got on the
2 as well for Impossible.
Right. So close there. Protein on the original slider, right, is 6 grams. Right?
Don't fall over, but it's 9 for the Impossible slider. So it's actually more protein.
Think about that. You're getting more protein from the plant-based item, which we've said all along, and every plant-based person knows your protein comes from the same place that your protein gets it from, right?
So that's a number that's against perception, I think.
Yeah. So that I don't think people are driving to White Castle though and worrying about the protein.
But there's another interesting stat here. So we've got regular burger has calcium of 2, and we've got 6 grams of calcium on the Impossible slider.
Right, so that's a good one. The calcium
another perceptive win.
More calcium on, so 2 on the original slider and 6 on the Impossible slider, no cheese, right?
All right, I'm loving this next one.
Okay, so we've got iron next, right?
Yes, iron.
Okay.
So there's a perception that you need red meat, to get your iron, Yeah. So on the original burger, the iron is...
So the iron on the original slider is 7, I guess, grams. I don't see it. It just says 7 iron.
And we've got 11.
The Impossible slider kind of comes up in the end and kind of takes over. So it's got more protein, right? It's got more calcium. It's got more iron, right? If you look past the third more calories, right? It's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, so, and I know that we've expressed that we weren't super impressed.
Right.
But it actually was an open kitchen. You could see in there everyone.
Oh, yeah.
It was clean.
And they had alcohol. So
right, and they had alcohol. So
there's that, right?
So I just don't want to paint like a bad picture here, but it was actually...
No. And it is the biggest one in the country as of right now. I know they're going to open one in Orlando. I don't know if that's going to be bigger. Yeah, but as of right now, this is the biggest one in the country.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ended our giveaway yet? We're giving away a cold press juicer, right? Yeah. Because Tim ordered one too many, and we wound up with an extra.
And we want to keep those enzymes active, right?
Of course. I'm worried about that. Right. So if you haven't entered the giveaway, there's a link to the video above that tells you how to do that. Watch that video, and it's going through December 31st, and then on January 20th, I think we're gonna pick a winner out and just send that thing to them. If you haven't checked out our merch site yet, we're on Etsy.com, and we're Plant-Based Dads, all one word. Check it out. We've added some new merchandise. We've got some sweatshirts there. We've got t-shirts. We've got kids shirts. If you're following Gamer Awesome 2006, Lex's site, all his stuff is up there.
Yeah, in fact, 2 showed up today.
Right. So. Some of the kids in Lex's school wanted some Plant-Based Dads merchandise, so I got it for them. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Show us some love. What's not to like? What are you doing?
Where's the bell?
It's wherever you want it to be. I'm going to put it in editing. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, become part of the Plant-Based Dads family. There'll be a red button, hit that, hit the, it'll turn white, hit the bell, 2 little lines up here, and that'll notify you every time we have a new video, usually every Monday. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think of the White Castle slider, the Impossible slider? Is it your cup of tea? Yeah. It's not really mine.
All right, until next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.